Flogging is mentioned. It's not that kind of flogging. All right, let's get started. Poor Chaos. The Seaman's Manual, containing a treatise on practical seamanship with plates, a dictionary of sea terms, customs and usages of the merchant service, laws relating to the practical duties of master and mariners, by Richard Henry Dana, Jr., author of 2 Years Before the Mast. Dedication. To all seafaring persons, and especially to those commencing the sea life, to owners and insurers of vessels, to judges and practitioners in maritime law, and to all persons interested in acquainting themselves with the laws, customs, and duties of seamen. This work is respectfully dedicated by the author. Preface to the English edition. This work is published at the same time in England and in America. In the latter country, it appears under the title of The Seaman's Friend, while that of The Seaman's Manual is adopted in the British edition, as more significant of the nature of the book. Mr. Dana has here embodied in a small space and unpretending form a variety of information, which it is hoped may be extensively useful. Not that men who have been bred to the sea can be supposed to derive much instruction from the elementary hints of a book of this kind. Seamanship, like every other manual art, is thoroughly acquired by practice, and skill in its various branches can only be arrived at by actual experience. But young beginners will find useful helps in their study of the duties of sea life, in the details and explanations here collected from the best available sources. Very few of the terms or the methods of management in the merchant service of America differ in any material respect from those which are used in English vessels. There is probably less difference in the sea language common to both services than may be detected as peculiar in the different great seaports of the mother country. And in like manner, the received usages and modes of discipline have the close affinity which is the natural result arising from common origin, laws, and general customs. It may therefore be expected without presumption that the abstract given in this little work of the rules established in American ships will be found applicable to the practice in our own, and even where they differ may suggest useful comparisons. At any rate, it is desirable to know what system obtains and is successful among a body of seamen which, in numbers and the extent of commerce carried on by them, are only second in importance to those of Great Britain. The laws of the United States relative to shipping are considered in Part 3 of this work, in reference to the rights and duties of the officers and crews respectively. A gentleman of the legal profession has appended a few notes with the view of showing points of difference where they exist in the British laws. Finally, it is hoped that the various classes of society which are led by their callings, duty, or affection to take an interest in seafaring men, and who may wish to know something of their business and their language, will find this little manual useful for occasional reference. It cannot be expected to have the same claims to public favor as the author's former work. But even in these pages, which only aim at being useful, the reader will not fail to perceive indications of the same good sense and right spirit which were so conspicuous in that remarkable production. The Editor. London, 4th October, 1841. Plate 4. Explanations. Ship. A ship is square-rigged throughout. That is, she has tops and carries square sails on all 3 of her masts. Bark. A bark is square-rigged at her fore and main masts, and differs from a ship in having no top and carrying only fore and aft sails at her mizzen mast. Brig. A full-rigged brig is square-rigged at both her masts. Hermaphrodite brig. An hermaphrodite brig is square-rigged at her foremast, but has no top, and only fore and aft sails at her mainmast. topsail schooner. A topsail schooner has no tops at her foremast and is fore and aft rigged at her mainmast. She differs from a hermaphrodite brig in that she is not properly square-rigged at her foremast, having no top, and carrying a fore and aft foresail instead of a square foresail and dispenser. Fore and aft schooner. A fore and aft schooner is fore and aft rigged throughout, differing from a topsail schooner in that the latter carries small square sails aloft at the fore. Sloop. A sloop has one mast, fore and aft rigged. Hermaphrodite brig. Hermaphrodite brigs sometimes carry small square sails aloft at the main, in which case they are called brigantines, and differ from a full-rigged brig in that they have no top at the mainmast, and carry a fore and aft mainsail instead of a square mainsail and trysail. Some topsail schooners carry small square sails aloft at the main as well as the fore, being in other respects fore and aft rigged. They are then called main topsail schooners.